Alright, now here we are in El Haluf, and this actually is more likely the way for me that I end up getting mastery, and it's when I am not top tier. And I won't say I like being bottom tier. Maybe bottom tier loading premium rounds when you have a tank that has really good premium rounds would work. But I like being mid tier because you get a lot more experience for shooting higher tiers, which if you're top tier, negates your ability to do that. So with plenty of gold rounds in hand, and you can see I've got 13 loaded here on my T20, and you would have seen that in the previous round I just showed you as well. I'm prepared for any of the heavy tanks I may come across that I may need this on, like an IS-6 or something of that sort. So skip ahead here. This is what I do every match with any of my medium tanks. I try and get up here to the front line and then snipe the heavies as they come across the field of fire or field of view. I also do the same thing from the other side. I come up onto this hill and shoot down the other way. The only difference I find between the two sides is that the window of opportunity to shoot is wider when you're on the other side. From here, it's a pretty narrow shot through there. Now, I've never seen this happen before, where there's literally 4 of us lined up here ready to obliterate anything that comes across. Now, I don't know that they know we're here, but you will see they aren't very quick to come after us. Granted, they were distracted by the Elec. So continue to be patient. Wait for them to advance. I know somebody's got to be coming through. Here's our first victim. You always want to light them on fire. Now, the reload time gets me. I don't get a shot on the T-32. Would have loved to have had a shot on the T-32. So I'm not feeling like anybody else is going to come across there. So taking advantage of some of the sneakiness of this tank, I move up to the next hill. Now I expect there to be someone coming up here, but nothing happens. Now that's interesting. The SU-122 is actually calling for help. I can't believe I got that shot. I had a lucky one in the last round, had a lucky one here. Now normally when you do what I'm doing here, you're going to face fire from the ridge over here. Somebody will be camping back there. We'll see him in a moment. And you also have the risk of somebody coming around this corner down here. And I would love to go flank the group, come around on the back side of the heavies, but this tank just doesn't have the DPM to be able to take out anything that comes at me. If I was in my 5100 or any other auto loader, I might consider trying that. So now the CDC, I like his aggressiveness. It's definitely my play style. But now, you can't see him. Back here on this ridge, there's a camping T-26, one of the super Pershings, and he's not doing his team any favors. With that tank, you should not be sniping. You should be up leading the charge because you've got such great armor. And in no world is that thing a medium tank. I hurried that shot, not wanting to get hit, though he doesn't seem too apt to pull the trigger. When you're a T20, you don't want to jump out in front of the prototype. So, I decided to go back to my flanking position. But now, not only do I have potentially a super Pershing to shoot at me, I also have an IS-6. Now, the IS-6 and I don't get along well when I try and shoot it. And I try and even go through the soft bits of the tracks. I don't know exactly where the shot went, but it did not go in. So now this is a great setup. We've got a line here, we've got a line from over here, and then I'm coming around creating a third attack on these guys. They just don't know where to point their guns. You'll also notice I'm pulling back between each shot because I don't want to get hit anymore by the super Pershing. And you have to bide your time, particularly with something like the T20. Now, that was not a wise move. Should not have done that. I decide not to pull the trigger again because I will not get through his turret with this 90mm gun. So my hope now is to move around, make another flanking move on the T-28. And I make it, but unfortunately I forgot to pay attention to the IS-6. And now I have 28 hit points. I don't know about you, but when I only have 28 hit points, it changes the way I play. I'm a little more cautious now. Now we're getting some grief from the rest of the team on the fact that all 10 of us are over in here, but to be honest, there's nowhere else I'd rather be on this map. When the flag's here and we're not defending our base, we have no artillery, you're completely nomadic. Set up your base wherever you can, and this area back in here is very defensible. So fighting our way back out of here, I have no qualms about that. Now I can't believe that. I actually penned an IS-6. Now I did load my premium rounds, but I actually penned him. So now we've got this little trouble in our backyard, and these guys make a big mistake. They don't pay attention to me and come after me. And that Scorpion had started to engage me. In fact, I think he was the one who brought me down to 28 hit points. And I get one very, very cheeky shot here. T-28, he backs up, and I get that shot in that Scorpion. So now the T-20, he gets wise to the situation, and he starts to make a retreat. Now my thinking is he's going to try and come around and flank the OE, and figures I'm going to make chase after him. So I wait here, and then something happens that I did not expect. He shows up over there. And apparently he and I have equal cruise and view ranges, because you will notice we keep lighting each other. If I light him, he lights me, as long as neither of us are in vegetation. So again, he does something I would not have expected, because I know he has the view range. He could stay up on the ridge and still light the flag, so I don't know why he took the lower position. Fortunate here, he's distracted. I just wish I would have gotten the track. He may have had a repair kit left, but at least it would have made him burn it. So now this is one of those matches where overall I'm happy with the position our team's in, but if we're not careful we could lose this. Big hit there on the E8. I wish that Super P hadn't backed up. I'm not paying attention where my tracks are right here, and throw it in reverse and it actually gets stuck. I love these new physics. They are a lot more entertaining than what the previous ones were. Your tank previously would just like get stuck on a hill, but now you actually have more the realism of you lose traction on one set of tracks, and it'll start to spin you around. And makes it a little more interesting. So now I'm just giving chase. We have plenty of guns looking at the hill. I'm just going to try and go along here and light them. If possible, I'll take some hits. Feeling really good right now. 2,500 damage I've done. I don't think I've taken any blind shots that would add to that. What I don't know is how much spotting I've done and how much damage has been done while I've tracked vehicles. So I don't know if mastery is in order. And now I'm going to save the boredom. I got that great shot on the E8, but now it's a question where the T20 went. My thinking is that if I were him, I would hide and I would sneak, and I would go around down this way and either go up this hill or go faster, be up this chute, back to their start, and come around. because then I've got shots down on the flag and I can defend it. So I start to go where I think the rest of the team thinks he is, over here, but I decide to go and get up behind the flag because I don't want him shooting our super pershing. But if I fast forward, it turns out he actually was on the other side of the map and I should have just kept going that direction. But now I can just go down here and cap, but he ends up dying. Alright, so I didn't have the in-game completion for the game, but I pulled it up here on my VBA Addict account, and I actually did finally get mastery on the T20, and that felt really good. So along with it, let's see here. Yep, there wasn't any other damage that I had taken blind hits on. Came up with 2,500 damage, but it definitely paid off taking shots at some of those higher tier tanks. I think I got what on a prototype and on the T20 or the T32. Getting the shots in on those guys helped. At the one on the IS-6. So that definitely paid off. Certainly, I recommend there's a great video out there by Quickie Baby on how to optimize your experience points and what decisions to make in a battle if you're going for basically experience or if you're going for a high number of kills and going down that path, really trying to get Top Gun and those types of awards. So anyway, I'm really happy. I finally now can move on from my T20, and I have already at this moment moved my crew over into my Pershing, and haven't gotten to play it yet, but I'm looking forward to doing that. So thank you for watching, and like below if you deem it worthy. So keep on gaming.